creator of everything you find at CarolJo's.com. It is an online jewelry and accessory business. I am just waiting for social medias because I'm live today on both TikTok and on YouTube to let everybody know that I am live. So I am going to bring up my backup of my TikTok account so that I can see comments better from TikTok. I do not have a live or a backup account on YouTube, so I can't see it there. But yes, so what we're doing is I'm just going to tell you a little bit about CarolJo's. Hi, Geraldine. I do all kinds of jewelry making. I put it on my website, but we don't do a lot of the selling of the jewelry here. We do a lot of other things. We have chat time, which is what we have right now, where you get to ask any type of question that you would like about making jewelry, running a small business. Ask any questions. We're a community here where we try to help each other out, uplift each other, and do that. We also do tutorials, which we have one scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight, and it is called the Solo Stunner Bracelet Tutorial. So we're going to be talking about what that really means with the trends for the spring-summer 2025. We also do sales here. Last night we did a silicone sale, so all the silicone beads or anything you need to make silicone type jewelry, which would be like the wristlets, the keychains, the pens, jewelry and accessories. You know, so we have all of that. So last night we actually had the acrylic beads, we had focals, and we had some solids, very little solids. So tomorrow when we do our silicone sale, it's going to be some printed beads and the solid beads. So we're going to have that. And then we also had today a bring back earlier, and that was where we brought back beads that we had sold before and they didn't sell out, so we're bringing them back for a second round or a second time type thing. So that is what we do here. So if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat and we will go ahead and start answering questions. I am also packaging orders while we are live. So I will be folding boxes and packaging them up. I didn't have a chance to get them all packaged up when we were between my hour. I ate some lunch and then we were working on something. So we have one of my employees here today helping out. I am a small business that I do have a couple of people employed part-time for me. So it's just not me. Hi, is it Fatty FF? Hello. So we do all kinds. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? All right. Stainless steel eye pins. I'm just making sure you're doing good. All right. It's been so long, in an hour. I am so, oh, I thought it was close for a second. Well, thank you. It's just me. I am me. Okay, we have the green, then we have the beadable badge reels. We brought some beadable badge reels recently on our live. So we've got those. And then acrylic teardrops, there's those. I'm packaging Paige's order, and I haven't seen Paige come on. Silicone, we have mixed printed. Yep, we got that one. Oh, I forgot to grab something. So those of you that win giveaways, I have. Hi, Peter. I am doing good. How about you today? I'm sorry we don't talk about that, and I'm gonna remove that. There, sorry. We don't talk about things. We're PG here, okay? I will tell you how old I am. I am in my 50s. That I don't have a problem saying, but we don't talk about anything that's not PG. I gotta grab some bags here. All right. Forgot to grab these. So if someone won something. Yep. All right. Gonna put that in a bag. I'm gonna put our badge reels in here, and then this. So I don't know. Oh, if we get 10 shares, 10,000 likes, we will do giveaways, everybody. So there is Paige's order. I don't use Snapchat. Hi, Sabrina. The kids like Snapchat, but I don't use it. Whoops, I can put this up here. Whoops, I didn't get that up there right. There we go. I didn't see Gladys join us. Is Gladys in here? There's the end of hers. I do have Insta. I have the social medias that I use to post on and do my things on are TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I have a page and a group. And then I also am doing a little bit, not a lot, just dabbling in Lemonade. I don't know who that is. So that is where I post it all. Hey, thank you, Sissy, for sharing out the live. Yay, we got to 10 with all of you sharing there on TikTok. So thank you. I create jewelry, but we do more than just the jewelry. We do selling of the beads and the components. Hi, Shelly. Thank you for hopping over here. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. I'm going to put you as a moderator, okay? There. There you go, Michelle. Thank you. I was going to say, I do all kinds of different things. Oh, did I send that to the wrong person? I wanted to send something to my husband, but did I send it to my brother-in-law instead? I got to check something out. Because if I sent it to my brother-in-law, that will be funny. He'll be like, why are you sending this to me? Okay. No. Okay. Okay, this is turning into quite the funny, like, in between. So I got to get over here. I got to navigate. I am not a messenger person at all. So as you all know, thanks, Michelle. So you, I'm sorry. I'm going to put this down for a second so I don't mess up Gladys's order. So as a lot of you on TikTok know, we are looking to add to a building on our land here for me to have what we call the CarolJo's bead shed, she shed. So I can have my own. That's okay because there's another one. So anyways, so you guys all know that I want my own. There is someone that has a she shed, and I am in South Dakota. And so someone has a she shed up for sale that's bigger than the normal she shed, like closer to the size I want. It's not exactly the size I want, but it is very close to the size I want. It's like 150 square foot less, but you know what? We could probably make it work. So anyways, my sister sent it to me and she's like, what do you think? So I literally right before the live sent it to my husband and said, what do you think? In a few seconds later, my brother-in-law has sent it to me and my husband sent it to me. So, thank you. So yeah, so I think everybody's thinking this, and I am trying to figure out how far away this is for us to move to make sure, can we even move it, and how much would it cost to move? Because that would be another thing. But I just was like, all of a sudden I'm getting messages about it, and I'm like, what the heck? Right when I go live. But we all know I want that. And so what it will be is, we've talked about, so I mean, I'm going to talk about it. We're having chat time, so we can talk about this. Is that we will take this back wall that we have of my beads, and we'll take that to the she shed. I would do my lives from there. I would move all of the beads out of my house that I have for up for sale, and the back stock waiting to all of that would all be moved out of this house and into the shoe shed. And then I do have people that come and work for me, so then I would need to get tables or countertops put in there, and then also go in and put a place for them to work. So that's what we want to do. And it would be right outside one of our doors on the rear side of our house is where we want to put it. So you can just walk really quickly between the two buildings. So that's what I want. We've talked about building it. Yeah, I would still keep this in here for me to have things. But just I wouldn't have everything in here. Yeah, and that's why we want it to be really close. So I have never shown you guys the layout to our house, but I'm on the highest level. And then I want it to be on our main level. If you go out through our kitchen, through the breezeway, we got the garage, and there is a door in the garage that we would have it on that side. What website platform do I use? I use Shopify. We are talking, I am live also on TikTok at the same time. So I will be back and forth with both of us. Oh, geez. You're lucky, not so perfect. So this is what I will tell you on it is that I looked at different ones for the platform, and and this is where it comes down to how much time and investment do you have? Thank you, Softball Queen. It's about how much time do you have to invest in doing your website, and how much time and money do you have to spend to do all of it and that type of thing. So I will tell you, when I was creating my website, the first time I ever had a website, I did it on GoDaddy. This was years and years ago. And it was a lot of work for me, and I just didn't like it. I really wasn't in a space where I could devote a lot of time. The cost of it was less than what the cost is of Shopify. I don't have a huge skincare routine. So thank you for saying that. So then I did Square for my in-person shows, and then I did sign up for the Square Up portion of it so that you could do their website, but I didn't like that it was branded more of the Square Up, the square in there. I wanted it to be my own. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to try Etsy. Etsy's fees, when you have a lot of items, is very expensive. So I'm just telling you my personal choice, or what happened with me. So you guys get to make your own decisions, but I will share what happened with me. And that's why we're talking. This is what chat time is about. And so I didn't like Etsy's fees. And I got to a point where at the time that I signed up for Shopify, it was $30 a month. So when I got to the point where, on average of what I was spending to list the items on Etsy was the same as what it would be for Shopify, I decided I would switch over to Shopify. What I also found is that the fees that I am charged for the transactions that go through is cheaper on Shopify than it is on Etsy. Square Up, the charges are less than what it is for Shopify's, if I remember correctly. But I haven't been in a Square situation in a while, so I don't know exactly what their fees are. So just to let you know, if it's changed since I did it, so be it. So I don't want to tell you wrong information. Um, And then I decided just to stay with Shopify. But how I did it is I did 2 years of the month to month, and it was $30 a month to have my Shopify website. And I had gotten large enough that I could have an annual amount just done. And so I am now on the annual, hi Adriana, the annual fee for my Shopify site. And I just do the basic plan. So it's 300 and some dollars a year for me to have it. It's when you do the annual, it is still $30 a month. So when they increase their prices to $40 a month, I think is where they're at if you pay monthly. If you pay it all in one lump sum once a year, um, that's where I did. And I have not heard of Hostinger. Is it easier? Is it what type? Because I do not want to spend the time programming everything in. But I did take the time to set everything up in my website before I ever went live. It took me 2 months to set my website up before I went live. Do I like it? No, I need to redo it. And now that I am here doing this full time, it's in my to-do list. Okay. Do you know how much it costs a month or a year to host your site on there? And is it that it's your site and that type of thing? Because like I have my domain and such is my domain. It's not someone else's. Yep, yeah. Shelly over here on YouTube said she needs to redo her Shopify. She kind of threw it together. And I did purposely do a lot of things the way I did. But now, oh, they're only like $5 a month. That might be something to look at. The thing is that at the time that I did it, everybody talked about your background should be white. I hate it. I really hate the white background. So I need to take all of my pictures and redo them so the background isn't all white. Because if my branding colors are black, a certain color gray, white, and a certain color green. That's it. And so when you go out to my website, it looks pretty blah because of the colors I chose. But if I bring in that color of gray as the background color to a lot of my jewelry, and like maybe put in there, I need to go back through. I used to have, not Photoshop, I can't think of the app, but that's how I removed the backgrounds off of everything. And then I thought I would use Canva. Canva is very difficult for me to use. It's just me. Photo Room. Thank you, Shelly. That is it. Photo Room. I want to go back into Photo Room rather than Canva. I'd rather spend the money doing it there. Okay. So I was going to say, and I am not sure how to pronounce it. Let me see. Is it Viral? It's a daily vibes. She's saying that she got from Baddies in Business to use Hostinger. Okay. Thank you. To use that. And then she's also talking about Photopea. And I've not heard of Photopea. But I found that Photo Room was a lot easier than Canva. I use Canva for some of my daily videos. If I'm creating a daily video, like if I'm just going to create, like today is going to be Tip Tuesday, and I will just be like here talking to the camera, I won't go through Canva for that. I will just record the video, download it or upload it into the different social medias and do that. Okay. She says that Photopea is similar to Photoshop. And so I won't. But like on my Monday, where it is the motivational one, if I am sitting at the computer when I go to generate that one, because it's easier for me to do it on my computer desktop than it is to do it in like my tablet or on my phone, I will go in and create the video to be specifically for the size of each social media. Oh, okay. See, I'm in South Dakota, so we don't know all of that, but someday we are going to get to Florida. My husband and I have a goal to get to Florida, and it's because of his football team. So, okay, Veronica. Well, hello. Welcome in, and thanks for coming in. This is what chat time is supposed to be about. It's just about us talking back and forth. But my goals are, and I'll be truthfully and honest with you guys, that I have some goals now for 2025 while I am not working a full-time job outside of my business. I used to, until February, have a full-time job that I worked plus the business. And so now it's just this. So my goals is that we will still do our lives like we do right now, where I go, this is the item, this is the quantity, the cost, the description, and then you guys claim it, and then I create the invoices. But then afterwards, any of them that I have, like we did for the bring back today, that those will be available on the website, and you guys can purchase them from there and create your own orders from the website for the beads. And then second after that is that I want to update the website for the jewelry that I have. So there will be like 2 branches of my website. One branch will be for jewelry and accessories, and the other one will be for beads. And so when you come in, you will shop, and then you'll go to either one, and then from there it breaks down into the other categories. That's what my goal is. We'll see how far it gets, because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we just get like a lot overwhelming sometimes, and you're like, I just got to take a step back. Hi, beads, or you go, whoa, squirrel, we're going over here. Anybody have those squirrel moments in running your business? Because I do. So I just had to share that because I have that a lot. And I'm like, ooh, what about this idea or this idea? But I am, okay. Yep, and I'm not going to switch to go away from it. That's the one thing I don't want to do, is to take away from those lives, because we talked about that in my whole lives before, is that what would you rather? Would you rather just go buy it and I show it to you, type thing, or, that type of thing? And we talked about it, and you guys really, truly like that live experience, and I don't want to take that away. And so I literally have, in the last month, figured out how I can keep my inventory for my live shows and the inventory of what didn't sell, so that you guys can go back and purchase it again if you want, that type of thing. And then if it doesn't work out, all you have to do is move the inventory from the one space into the other, and I can bring it back in a live. So yeah, some people, and it comes down to is that it takes a lot of work. When you think you have a website that it's going to do, I know, but I want you guys to have it all. And that's one thing that we're trying to change up, and taking my time. Yeah, I will say, hi, Michelle C. I will still itemize it all like that. But one thing that we are working on today, we're going to see how this goes, is that we have a sticker on all the items. And so that we can get it done and out really quickly. So it might mean not everything is going to be like the silicone items. I'm not going to probably, we kind of tested this with the silicones items. I don't know if you claimed something tonight, last night, Michelle. I don't have that, but I can have your total, but for last night. unless you needed something between now and then. Yeah, and that's why, so this is what I'm going to say about why I do the lives I do, is because I feel like it's more personable and more of that. Yep, and so really what it's going to do, okay, and I can write that down here to do that. And I was going to check on something for rainbow too. What I was going to say is, like where the charms all come in a bag and it's just a one-liner, the silicones are done that way too. The pens are done that same way, so that it really makes it quick. The one thing that the acrylics and some of the other items in there were not as easy to do that. But for the actual beads, I want you to know what those are. And that might mean that sometimes I might have to create the stickers ahead of time and just put them on there, and then we can put them in your bags. So yeah, so it's really personable is where I'm coming from. Hi, Jordan. And I don't want to give that up. And I also don't want to give up the thought that when we're in the live, we are talking about how you can use that bead some way, somehow. And so, yeah, and that's the reason why I put the stickers that I do on the beads, so that you have the details. And a lot of people don't do that, and I just want to be able to offer that. So we are looking at, because of having the time right now, that I can make some changes and see what we can do to make it a little bit easier. And so like today, we are literally packaging stuff up so that we can just get it out there. So like when I get my things in, I actually, oh yeah, yep, just, you know what, this is what we're here for, is that you guys can offer solutions or offer suggestions, and I'm going to listen. And yep, and so like right now I was going to do it, but we're talking, so I'm not actually packaging, because I got to concentrate sometimes when I do packaging, because I want to make sure it is accurate. Even though it's what I did, I just want to make sure I got everything. I know that sounds really silly, but that's just how I am. Making sure I've got the right person with the right package. But what I want to see more of, to let y'all know, is like, so like here I'm packaging an order today. So what, 26? So like here we have like we have beads. These are glass beads. She also has in here stainless steel necklaces, the chains. She will also has in here, this is kind of where we talked about the bulk. She has silicone rings in here. One's a solid and one's a print, but she claimed those. So there's all different kinds of things around jewelry and accessories, and being able to buy the items for that. And we do the tutorials. Right now we're doing a chat. So that's what we have. And we, you know, I have the tools for jewelry making and all that too. And in one of the boxes that we have here, I need to find them, we have those long needles that some of you use. So I need to find them and bring them to live. So that's what we do. And I'm like, sitting here thinking about something. That's why I'm kind of got quiet all of a sudden, is because I thought of an idea. Now I need to figure it out, because part of, I want to make sure you guys have the cost on the stickers, but I don't always have that right away when we unpackage things and do are, so just to let you know, this is how it actually works, is that we want to make sure that we are getting in from our vendors what they said we are supposed to be getting. And so we go in and open up every box and count every item that's in that box and check it off to the master spreadsheet. And at that time, I know what the item is. I know how many I should have, what I want it to break it down, if I want it just to be all strands or if I want to break some of the strands down type scenario. But what I don't have is the actual true cost of what I'm going to sell it for until I go in and do something. And I'm wondering if I can get all that information ahead of time so that when I print it out, I could print out the labels, and the location of where we're going to store it at is the only thing that I need to add afterwards. Because that's another thing is that I need to know which location it is stored in so that I can find it later. If that makes sense. So I just need to figure out the location part. I know it sounds really weird, but if you guys saw, that is actually those little printers that you're talking about. There is a back end program that goes with it to be able to do it. And they have not, that I have found, sold that to anybody in the United States. It's like proprietary over there. And I don't have the background in programming to be able to do it. So what it is that what they're doing is that you're ordering it off of their website, and then their website automatically is generating that little sticker at the time of the sale. I've looked into that too, and I cannot find anybody that can do it, in the US. So yes, yep. So that's where I have spent some time trying to research that too. It's a back-end program. And I was like trying to find to see if Shopify had an add-on for it that I'd be able to do it. And I cannot find one. So yeah, so I literally have looked and looked and I've spent a lot of time. Hi, Liam. In this realm of trying to figure everything out. Yep, it's for the stickers. Yep. So that they would know what they purchased. Because the one thing that I want that a lot of people, when they do their lives, you don't know on that bag of beads. I'm just going to bring this up here. Like here, you're going to get this, and this is a focal. No, we are not in class. We are just having a chat time, Liam. You're going to get this in here. Focals, I will just have a sticker on here that says the focals, the price, and the quantity that's in the bag. Okay, that's how I do focals. But if this were an actual bead like this, normally you would just get it in your bag like this, and there wouldn't be any information. And so I literally create a sticker for each one. And this one says glass beads, violet, faceted rondelle, transparent, 4x3 millimeters. You're getting 125 beads, and it is $2. Yeah. And so that is where I want to be able to create that sticker right away when it's done, and then put it in your guys' basket. And then literally what happened is that if you wanted to pay your invoice, I could create your invoice while we're still on live with my little thing and go do do do. These are just geez, where are you from, Liam? This sticker is a thermal printer sticker. That's all it is. I have thermal printers here. I have 2 of them in my room here. You're in South Africa? Well, I'm in the U.S. Have you traveled outside? I don't travel outside of the U.S. And if you see, I do have one of my videos out there where it talks about that I should move to Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden. And I'm like, I haven't even gone outside of the U.S. I don't think I'm going to go live outside the country, but thank you. So I stay in my country. I'm boring on that way. One of my kids has traveled way more than I have. They've been out of the country way more than I have. The other kid, nope, never left the country either. The other three, I don't think have left the country. All right, you have a good night then, Liam. We will see you next time. So what other kinds of tips and tricks and questions do you guys have? I am just working on Gladys's box too while we're like talking. And if we get to a point where I have to like sit here and go, okay. And I'm also, just to let you guys know, all right, I am using ChatGPT to help me out with a lot of things. So I am keep playing around with that to see if we can make things quicker and easier for me in using that. And so I am getting closer to being able just to give a whole bunch of items into a spreadsheet and it tell me some outputs, and then I will have things done quicker. 6. So does anybody else use ChatGPT and what you guys are using? Let me know. 6, 10. That one's done. Let's go to this one. 33, 32, 30, 26, 22. Well, and that's one thing that I was wondering if we needed to have a class on it. I am not the guru of ChatGPT. I just have like, what do I use it for? 6, 5, 3. Okay. I think it has been a big, huge help for me too, Candy. And I actually have used I have the paid account now. I pay for it. Let's see if I get this up there. I'm stretching. Now, I have to say, yesterday, I would not have been able to do that. Today, I can. I'm so excited. So ChatGPT is free. And then if you use it so much in a day, then you can't use it anymore. And I did that here 2 months ago. And so I decided to go for the paid version, which I have a hard time doing. But I'm glad I did, because now a lot of things that I use are being saved. So I can't tell you now what the difference between the paid and the non-paid are. But let me tell you, it has helped me out a lot. And I will look into doing a chat or a tutorial sometime. Next week's tutorials are already picked out. I've already got them figured out and such. But I can add them on. You guys just need to let me know if you want to do it. And the reason why I say next week's tutorials is one of the things else that I've been changing since this is all I'm doing. I am trying to be more purposeful about what are we talking about when we have our tutorials. What are we doing when I bring up things for sale, that type of thing, and just trying to tie everything together. And it goes back to, if you would go to, I'm just going to use, Shields here in Sioux Falls. They're at least I think a national or Midwestern chain of sports store. You know, in the fall, they're going to be promoting the fall sports. They will promote, you know, the outdoor life of the fall and that type of thing. Then you move into winter, and then you have the winter sports and then the winter outdoor activities and that type of thing. And so they're what they bring in to do for little shows or for things that are, you know, promotional things, all are geared around that. They're also gearing their sales around that and what they bring into the stores and that type of thing. And so because of that, I really truly want to start thinking about my business in that aspect instead of more of, hey, I got this in, let's just show it and then sell it. And then what do you want to see for a tutorial? You know, that type of thing. It doesn't mean that we can't get your ideas and bring them in because they are very needed. But I'm also trying to be very purposeful and planning on everything. And so we can bring in a chat time with Chat GPT. It's just not next week because I already got those done. So it might be the week after that, but we'll bring that in. And I'm going to write that down too. Yep, I will be on right now. Ashley, this is chat time and then tonight at 8 will be a tutorial. So yes, I'm just reading my list. And I was supposed to bring some toggles today for our thing, but I did not get to find any toggles. I'm like, I was reading it, and it was funny because when I grabbed the box that I did, I saw the metal, and I'm like, oh, I got toggles in there. And they were really the textured jump rings. So I was like, I don't know who asked for the toggles, but I was bringing them, I thought, but I have the textured jump rings. All right. Hey, Miss Ashley, guess what? This is your container, your basket. I'm packaging it up. That's the one I'm on right now. So yeah. And tonight is going to be geared at 56, okay. 451. Tonight we are geared for, it's called a Solo Stunner bracelet. And we are going to spend a lot of time. It's going to be more chat than demonstration tonight. But I hope with the information I'm giving you guys that it will be beneficial. And if that type of chat or tutorial isn't beneficial, you guys need to let me know. Because I want to bring things that make sense and beneficial to you guys. But when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this makes sense to me. And I wish somebody would have talked to me when I was running more of my in-person shows and made me stop and think about it. Because with what I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, you're going to be like, well, duh, I could have done that. But if you want me to help you do it, that's what I'm here for. Thank you for the cheer up, Ashley. 40. So you guys need to tell me if you're liking the new format way we're doing things or if you want to change it up. You guys tell me. And I really am trying to come in with things that are easier. But the one thing that I keep saying I don't want to give up is all the information on the bead bags. 30, 29, 28, 27, 27, 26, and 25. Okay, 23. Thank you, Sunshine Sherry, for the follow. 22. 14, 15, 13, 12. You're gonna laugh at this because I normally show you guys what it is, don't I? And this one, I'm not showing you ahead of time because when I show it to you, I bet you guys are gonna go, well, duh. And I'm normally not like that, am I? But I literally was like, ah. There's 12 millimeter. And then we have the silicone, the Prince 15. I'm gonna move some stuff around to get this to all go in there. There we go. There. Put you there. And then that one. Okay, Miss Ashley. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. It's a suspense. All I can think of is the dong on one of Law and Order or whatever it is. All right, Miss Ashley, here is your box. It is really full, so I don't want to tip it too much because I don't want it to fall all out. But that one's Ashley's. And after we get off the live, I do have to create you haven't been notified of your number yet, your tracking number, because I'm still packaging them. And then once I create the packaging slip, that's when you'll get those. So you will probably get that right after the live, and I will go take them to the post office. So then you'll get the next one where they went to the post office. What type of materials will you need? I can tell you. And it's going to be generic, and you're going to find out why I'm being generic when I tell you this. You will need beads and stretchy cord, or beads and the wire with whatever you use. Like I use the sterling silver 2 millimeter crimp tubes, and then the crimp pliers and a toggle clasp. So you can do it with either wire or with stretch cord. That is your choice. But the beads is what we're going to talk about. So I'm not going to tell you what beads to bring tonight. Because what I want you guys to take away from tonight's tutorial is I know what it is now. I can go pull it. Where instead of, this is literally how I used to create, and I didn't think about it until I've now started being more thoughtful about everything, is that we're going to talk about tonight how to pull beads to generate different types of bracelets. So tonight will be one part of it, and then Thursday afternoon or Thursday when we have that one, thank you, Brittany, for the follow. That's where we're going to tell you how to do another one. I know I'm being very vague, aren't I? And you can tell me you're being really vague. This isn't like you, because I know it's not. 14. Focal. Stainless steel. 7. 10. We have another focal there. Thursday is, I'm not going to show you examples of that one either. Because when I give you that one, you'll be like, oh, well, duh. Thursdays is called wrist candy. And after we have today's, you might have a little bit more insight on what Thursdays is about. But Thursdays is called wrist candy, and today is called Solo Stunner. I will say, this is what I will tell you about both of them. They are trending bracelets for spring and summer 2025. And last week we had the layered bracelets. So this week it's the single bracelet. So that I will tell you. Now I gotta grab a bubble wrapper for one of my freebie giveaways. Got the bubble wrapper. So when you guys win, I forgot my little thingy too. I gotta go grab it. So when you guys win the glass pendants, I put them in a bubble wrapper. But I forgot also my whatchamacallit? The tag. We talked about this last week. The tags that I put on the jewelry. How I make these? Two stamps. So I buy the white, because of my colors, I buy the white tag holders and I stamp on both sides. So you have my website on one side, my business name, and the logo on the one side. And then when it's a win, when we have our giveaways and you won this piece, I just put it in an organza bag. If you purchase jewelry off my website, it is done differently. I have little bags that I put them in and stickers with my stuff on it and things. So yeah, that is the difference between when you win something and you purchase something. It takes me longer to do it in the bags and stuff, and I think I should just want to spend more time dressing that up a little bit because of the fact that you paid for that. Whoops, I forgot to show you. This one is Sissy's. I don't know if she's on right now, but this one is Sissy's. Nope, I do not use the, I have a Cricut. I do not use it for that. I buy those tags plain, just plain white. And I bought them a long time ago. And then I bought my stamps from Vistaprint. And then in Vistaprint, I downloaded what I wanted for it and that type of thing. What do you mean by what websites do I buy from, Robin? For what are you asking? For supplies? I don't know if Lori's still on. Oh, what is my website? Okay, my website is CarolJo's.com. So it's CarolJo's.com. And Carol Jo's really has an apostrophe in it, but in a website, you can't do the apostrophe. So how I named my business this time, because you're welcome, Robin. I've had two business names, one for my in-person shows and one here for online. In-person shows, I will tell you, my business name is Bead Designs by Carol, because when I started designing jewelry, I only used beads and I designed everything. So, and my name is Carol. But then when I went to go to do a website, because COVID hit, I went in and Bead Designs by Carol was already taken, and .com, and I could have done something else with like .net or .whatever, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be confused with hers, because her aesthetic wasn't the same as my aesthetic. It is now available and I could have it now, but I choose not to. And so when I decided to rename my business, I just used my first and middle name. My first name is Carol, my middle name is Joe. So what have you been debating to get one, but don't know if it's worth it? What do you mean, Ashley? You got to tell me. What is it? What's the it? Oh, a Cricut. You want to know my honest? I have not used mine in 2 years. I bought it so that, you remember, does anybody remember the leather earrings, like the teardrop earrings or the diamond earrings that type of thing. I bought it so I could cut those out. And they were very hard to cut out with the Cricut, to be all honest with you. I ended up buying the dies, and my husband has a press thing. And so I just take I take a piece of wood. I have then a cutting board. Then I have my material, and then I had the die. And then I would just sit here and go do, 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 and cut through them all. And cut through them all at once. So I ended up cutting them all. I still have some of those left, everybody. I have not used them all. There's a whole entire shelf in my bead closet that is all just cut faux leather in different shapes. Have I done anything with it? Nope. I know everybody says I should put it up for sale. Do you want me to show you what it looks like? I'm going to take a drink and I'll go grab one. I used baseball card holders to put them all in. I'll show ya. I have a cousin. Her and I both bought Cricuts at the same time. She's a teacher. She uses hers a lot more than I use mine. And I even labeled all of these, everybody. This is going to be a total Carol organization. I bought 1-inch binders, labeled them all. So this one's a pattern one. So if you opened it up, I did it in rainbow color order. So there's another pattern one somewhere. But I have, of all the shapes that are in this one texture or pattern, will be there. See? I literally, and see, this one goes to number 2. So that one's up there. And then we go to the marble. And all of these that I have in the marble. This is all of them. And then you go to this one. And then that one. So, and oh, that one had, oh, he had one up there. So that's why he's over there. Then it's this one. But I have them in, I cut those all out with that little die. And they'll have, because this one is like a 2.5 or a 3-inch teardrop. I only have one of it. So they literally do not have the holes in them, nothing. You could put them, the holes, wherever you wanted to put them at. So you could do it where you would put the holes down here, you know, type scenario, or up here. You can do it however you want. They do not have holes in them. But I have about 20 different 1-inch binders with all different types of materials. All the faux leather. I sat out in my husband's shop while he worked on a car, and I would be cutting those out in his shop. Bonding time. So, and I have no idea what I would even sell those for. But if you guys are interested in me bringing them on a Saturday, and I just say I have 1, I have 2, I don't have a problem doing it. So you guys let me know if you guys want those up for sale sometime. Let me know. I have no idea what I would sell them for. So tell me, how much would you want to buy them for? I'm literally at a point where I would be like, I just want them out. Like if we get the she shed thing that we were talking about earlier, I would be like, okay, we got to get these out before we move everything to the she shed. That is 48, 56. And I literally have no idea what I would charge for them. So you guys, what would you pay for one of those? Just let me know. And if it's lowball, you can lowball me. I don't care right now. Because I do not have any idea. I have not gone in. I have never priced to buy those before. 32. I can tell you that much. I could spend the time after I got off the live and go look. I know, that's the problem. I have no idea. 20, 25, 52, 29. I was just like, hey, I got this. And I have a whole bunch of the rolls or the flats. Because you can get them in a roll of piece and you can get them as a flat of piece that I didn't do anything with. 16. I am working on right now 13. There it is. Whoops. Come back here, 13. I gotta see who's Lori. I'm working on Lori's. Is she in here? Some of them are really cool. I have a hard time designing with them. Because I look at it and I have something in my head and then I couldn't execute it and then it just drove me nuts. And that's where my issue was, is I could not execute what I was thinking. The silicone rings. And the 12 millimeters. Ah. Yup. Okay, I would have never thought of that. Yep, that's what I did. I put it on a shelf in there because I wanted it to be organized and I could grab it at any time that I wanted it. And as you can tell, I never did. On the badge reels, turquoise nuggets, and then this one. Oh, let's put you up here. Gonna shut, there we go. Alloy. Stay in the box there, little dudes. We have little ones that want to fly around. Okay. I gotta go grab another tag. Okay, I have a question. I just have a thought. Would you be opposed if I would put those in like a grab, I call them grab bag type thought process, where in the bag you'll have 10 of those for like I don't know, $1 or $2. And it might be any size, any pattern, any color. What do you think of that idea? Whoops, I put that in there. But we went over a little bit here because I keep asking you questions. Ooh. Because there would literally be, if I showed them one at a time, a lot. Or we could be like, there's one person that I watch, I kid you not, because I watch a lot of different ways to do this. Ah! Well, I was also thinking about if I would just say 1 and then put it in someone's basket, and at the end, you know, they count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And every fourth one is another one. Hello? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Haltabita? I'm probably not saying that right at all. I feel bad. Kay. Okay, well, hello, Kay. Thank you for letting me do that. Yeah. And that's what I'm just like, I just want them gone. I know that sounds horrible to be, but I just want them gone because they take up an entire row. And that's the thing is that if I can get rid of some things before we would have that, that would be awesome. So now I have some thoughts. But that's not going to be Saturday's bead sale surprise. And it might not even be a bead sale surprise because I'm so used to saying bead sale, but it's a surprise sale. So Saturday's surprise sale is not going to be that. It's going to be something different. So I'm excited about this. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to hop off from our chat time for right now. We will be back at 8 p.m. for the Solo Stunner bracelet. I know you guys asked. I am from South Dakota in the U.S. Yep, Saturday is a surprise sale. So, but tonight at 8 o'clock, we're going to have Solo Stunner bracelet tutorial. I know I didn't give you a lot of details other than bring some beads, bring some stretchy or wire, whatever way you want to make a bracelet. But we're going to talk about how to pick the beads and how it is a trend. So we'll spend more time talking about that. Hopefully that helps you out with what we're going to be doing. So we'll see you in just a little while at 8 p.m. Central. Bye, everybody.